We're looking at a Chevy Silverado 2021. I'm going to do some work on the rear brakes. So first we're going to stick this truck into brake service mode because it has the electronic modules for the parking brake in the rear. So like any other day, you're going to put your foot on the brake down below there and start it up. So once everything kind of levels off and anything that's like alerting you to service your brakes, just go ahead and hit your OK button here, clear it out, let everything stabilize a little bit. So what you want to do is push and hold your parking brake. That'll engage it. Keep holding the parking brake button. You're going to see a wrench pop up over here. Once it pops up, it'll put it in service mode. Okay, put your foot off the brake, hit it one more time. Now it's going through the system. It's retracting the parking brake module motors all the way. There you go. Now your truck is in service mode. It's been released. You see the icon blinking. That lets you know you're in service mode. All right, before we begin, just want to kind of go over some tools that you're going to need. For me, I'm using the Milwaukee. This is the 1/2-inch drive impact. It goes up to 650 foot-pounds of torque, more than enough. And then I got an extension to get into the wheel well to get the lugs off. Here is the Duralast Gold. Got all the clips, got the pads left and right, and got the one sensing wire, and I believe it's on the driver's side if I'm not mistaken. These pads in my area were 65.71. Ouch. Wow. So we got a screwdriver. This is to pry the cylinder, and I'm going to show you how to do it. You used to do it with a C-clamp. Now you can do it with this. It's going to be nice. So for your brake caliper bracket, it's a 14 millimeter. And then for the lug nuts, I believe this is my roadside. I think it's a 7/8 on this one. Let's check it out. Yes, I got my old man Matt here. There you go, 7/8 works perfect. All right, before we go any further, I would like to talk about a couple things. Now, we're going to be jacking up the rear of the truck, obviously, and I'm not talking to the experienced people. They know where I'm going with this. You're jacking up the rear of the vehicle. You might want to block the front. And what do I mean by block the front? Literally, put blocks under the front so it does not roll back. Don't assume that it's going to stay on the jacks or jack. This hydraulic jack can fail. You want something, you know, solid that's not going to move, because you just have to get it up a little bit to take the tire off. We'll do that here in a minute. So, and another thing is, go inside your cab, pop your hood, come around here, open up, go to your brake cylinder here, and take the cap off. And I like to just, well, you could just sit it on there. And all that it's doing, it's letting it breathe. You're pushing you're going to be pushing on the piston back here, and I'll show you in a minute. And that way it just makes it go nice and easy. I really don't like that because I've seen people mess up brake modules, but we all do brakes that way. So let's begin. All right, like I said, 7/8. Stuck in there. Come on. Come on. So this is where you would actually push on the caliper piston. So before you take this off anything, you can reach in here to the brake pads and actually pry them back. Yeah. Little Zerk cap. This just pops straight out. It's on a clip itself. And this should just pop straight out. Like so. That one is toast. No, that's still there. It's got little clips, just pushes down in. So now, go into the caliper, and this is where we're pushing against a piston right here. And you don't need a C-clamp. It's almost in all the way. There you go. I think this is 14, yep. See if we can spin these up. Oh yeah. Well, that electric motor all dirty. Trying to clean it off. That should come off. She got some dirt. That's what you get for living on a dirt road. There she goes. Oh, I got to have to take it off. I can't do it. They have a hose on the bottom. Can't spin these up. You have to take both bolts out. Imagine that. That should be it. Almost. The inside one always wears more than the outside. Now you can see I just pulled this off. Not really in a scientific way, but I'm pulling it off so you can see it. That is obviously from my screwdriver, but it's thin. It was actually grinding into the sensor here, nosing into it, and I started getting the alert. Piece that has the tab should go in towards the rotor. All right. And then these go like that. Perfect. I mean, this one's kind of snug. I think that's good. So now we're going to reinstall the caliper. Take my fancy hook off here. This is real world here, man. I'm cooking in the sun. So it's just got enough room. I don't know if you saw what I just did. Because of the electric motor, the module as they call it, I had to manipulate it sideways. Let me show you again. So there's the motor. You have to bring it down, in, and then out to catch the outer brake, and then down low here you have to push that pin in. There she goes. Come on. There. And then I just use this to get the bolts hand started. This is called a pad swap. Hot pad. Pad slap. I don't know why I can't talk today. We're gonna just do this about 90, 75, I think. I can't remember. Now notice I didn't use any grease. No silicone, no nothing. Can anybody tell me why in the comments below? Click, click. I've never had one come off. Just one last crank. Put the wrench in. There we go. Reconnect the parking brake module. Very good, I didn't break it. And then now this guy. Yay, success. Didn't break nothing. All right, so now stick that in. Actually, I think I should have stuck this tab in first, because it has a little thing here to hook that black. All right. Let me take this back out. Push that tab down and it releases. All right, that's back in place. Push it back. Push it back. Probably squeeze that down. It's the way that works. Okay. You live and you learn. Pull that out. She don't want to open up all the way now. You don't want to go in. See? That's what you get for trying to do it right. So release this all the way. There we go. Push that down. That goes in. This is just a locking mechanism. We're learning together here. Looks like there's little tabs to push in on. I don't think it's designed to do that. I'm probably doing it way wrong. But that's how you learn, right? All right. So if I push that down, I can pull that out ease. Push this tab in. That pushes that down. That's a locking mechanism. So I should be able to just stick this in like that. Okay, there we go. Now push that in to lock it. It's tight though. All that dirt. Good old Michigan dirt. And there we go. It's locked. So now that can't come out. So this slides on here like that. That slid on there. So now this goes here, and this pushes down there. Let me show you where that went. Trying to hold the camera steady for you. So it literally pushes in, locks in like that, and then this guy goes here, and that goes over the Zerk fitting and the bleeder valve like that. Alright, so what we have here is a finished product. And one of the biggest reasons why I never put any grease or silicone or anything is because of this right here. This is all dirt from a dirt road that I live on. It just sticks to everything. And when you put grease down in here, it just attracts dirt, or on the back of the pad itself, it attracts dirt, and then all of a sudden you got a bigger issue than you started with. So that is why I do not put any grease. Now, this is the first time on this truck for me to change brakes. Obviously, you can probably tell these clips were a pain in the ass a little bit. That connector was a pain in the ass. So there's a tab right here, and you can slide it off. Slides off backwards. Slides off and on. So let's put the tire on. The back. Just pick it up. Come on. She's heavy. Hoorah! There we go. I'm making funny sounds on purpose. All right, so my recommendation with the lug nuts, always hand start them. Always. They will cross thread. And they will cross thread. and the taper side goes in. I say that for a reason. I've seen somebody do that. All right. So I do a cross pattern here. For those that don't know, let me back everything out here. So I do a cross pattern, and what I do is I just run it up slowly. And you can see how the rim is slowly drawing up. So once I know everything is where it needs to be, I start giving it the power. Remember, you can shear off these studs. So we're not going to check the torque until we set the truck down. I got an old school torque wrench here. It works just fine. Because I have an extension on, you